The coggage is in. Hey up, Daz, lad, you good? Sound. So listen, people, Instagram. A lad by the name of Ryan Kitchen, age 26, of Stratford Drive, Brutal, was told by a judge he had no doubt he should have been convicted by a jury for sexually abusing a young boy. This is a 26-year-old lad from Bootle, Liverpool. Just let that register. 26-year-old lad from Bootle. Not all lads are like that from Bootle, but that's how easy they fit in. I bet you half the kids around Bootle, all these hard knocks, knew this kid. What has this nonce done? Ryan Kitchen, 26, repeatedly molested his vulnerable victim by sexually assaulting him on 20 separate occasions. Good on you, Nick Williams. What do you think about that, people? What do you think about that? That is disgusting. 6 counts of sexual assault, 2 counts of sexual activity in the presence of a child while acquitting him of 1 further count of sexual assault. That's all fine and dandy, innit? But how long did he get? How long did he get? 26 months, I think he got, you know. Can't be that. See, like, so there you go, people. That's just in the Liverpool Echo today. Let's move on to the next story. Blocks of white powder worth £330,000 found as police smell drugs. So you're hearing this more and more and more. You've got these so-called organised crime groups hiring kids to mine drugs who smoke cannabis. These kids smoke cannabis on the street blatantly. They get pulled over. They've got more than 2 or 3 bags of drugs on them. They go through doors for that these days, the police. So anyway, on this occasion, almost 50 blocks of white powder worth £330,000 were found by police after officers noticed a strong smell of cannabis. 26 years the monster should have got, says David McIntyre. Damn right, lad. Damn right. We move on. Merseyside police officers were on patrol at around 10 a.m. on Thursday, September the 30th, when they spotted a vehicle that went through a no entry sign on Cullen Street, Toxteth. Officers approached the men who had parked up and got out the vehicle. After noticing a strong smell of cannabis in the car, officers arrested the driver, then searched the vehicle. Officers found what was suspected to be cannabis in the car and 2 large bags containing 45 blocks of powder. It must be speed. It must be speed, can't be coke, can it? Let's see. Well, it is, yeah. After being tested, it was confirmed they were Class A drugs with a street potential value of 220 grand to 50 blocks. One man aged 27 from Wales and another man aged 29 from South Africa were arrested on suspicion of possession with intent to supply, possession of criminal property and possession of controlled drug. The full story here. I'm not going to go into it. But this is just like a little... Let's have a look into more stories, eh? That's just 2 stories what I've locked on to now. Let's see if there's anything positive. Look at this. This isn't positive. So on the first page you've got ranting and swearing in courtroom as paedophile jailed. Messy. The next story is drunken, coked up, horny paedophile sent naked pic to young boy. This is not a good look for our city, people, is it? Let's have it right. It's just not a good look for our city, is it? Every time you open the paper, it's published in Manchester now, so there's more of a... You're hearing the words rats used a lot in Liverpool Echo lately to identify young groups of lads who are robbing houses and that. Now, it's all right to Scouser, calling a Scouser a rat. But when you've got publishers in Manchester putting in the local paper in Liverpool that the majority of the youth are rats, it's not good. Yes, Dad's seen you in town the other day. Anyway, enough of this. I'd love to do this more often. but I don't think you're enjoying it. Now, I'm not blanking you people. I'm obviously busy reading off this other laptop I've got on my desk here. Let's go. Let's get rid of it. And let's move on to other subjects. Now, use 130 people on there. You need to come and join this 217 on here, so we're all in sync. I don't want to be like I'm ungrateful towards your support like you have been for years, but I'm going to be locking off here in 15 minutes. I'm focusing on this YouTube. It's Friday night. You never know what's going to happen. Positive news doesn't make the newspapers, Darren. Exactly. Puts us all on a downer. Especially the local papers. The best paper in Liverpool was the Merseymart. The Merseymart, mate. Used to come about 10 o'clock in the morning. Used to love it. If there's any run-ins on George Bromley Jr., he's just a fart, lad. I remember on County Road years ago. True story. He'd already been thinking he was crazy round the city, you know, trying to follow in his dad's footsteps. But anyway, you've got who's in our car? You've got me, Spiff, Pancake, and someone else. We're on County Road. No, we're on Walton Road, adjoining County Road. And this little fart's being given cheek to someone, and Spiff and that are looking at him. So we're just floating along. Next minute, we see this Subaru. A big naughty Subaru come round the corner, starts coming towards us. We get on at him, bang it in front of me, bangs a bouncer, takes a crazy chase and writes his car off. When all this comes to mind, people, as we're speaking about this now, the same little rat used my name when he got on his toes from an open prison. So basically what he said is this: he's been grafting. He's been grafting out of town in some gaff because he had to. He couldn't graft in Liverpool, so he's been chased out of town. He's grafting out of town. They end up torturing some kid. The kid jumps out the window, gets them nicked. They go to jail for this mad shit. He progresses through his jail. He gets off from jail and then uses our name for the reason why he got off. Fucking some mad kids, isn't there? Anyway, now that's off. Now that screen's off, my eyes can be open again. You're listening to me Instagram. I'm not fucking yous off. I'm just asking you to come over to YouTube. Get on there. Tell what's happening. Shout out to my mate Gull. It's his birthday. Go on, Jack McCarty, lad. Blessings, Jar blessed says. Your thoughts on Copper, who murdered Sarah? Thank you, everyone. I am an hour ahead of you now. Brand new in the UK. And I'm all get. Where are you again, Nick? I don't know what your problem is with Sean, but, you know, you keep that to your own devices. Let's not bring her on this device. Thank you a lot for the £5 as well, mate. Graham Coldplay's in. How are you, mate? You good? The copper that killed that woman, Peter Scouse, the copper that killed that woman, he is what he is. He's like any other nonce that's killed a woman. Disgusting. Needs locking up for life. Nick Williams is in Spain. Well done, bro. Was Michael Showers big in the time, D? Well, he must have been. Sure, Dad, I appreciate your direction. I'm not your dad, mate. Excuse me. Everyone come and join me on YouTube, people. I'm not blanking yous. I'm just not paying attention to the screen at the moment. So if you've got any little horrible rats in there stalking you, giving you shit and that, get over to my YouTube. It's nice and bright over here. There's 300 people on here at the moment. Come and join us. You got another little 10 minutes. Anyway, people, let's get this bouncing. Let's start flowing in this live feed. What do you want to discuss? Any members got a decent question? All yous with a green badge by you, start hitting me with questions. If you're still there, Sean, I would hit me with something, mate. Make it interesting. A1000, how are you? Can I jump in the live with you, brother? You sure can, Smoke Gang. Get on the YouTube though. Let me see you on the YouTube. I'll let you get on this live. Dad's what's Lazar like he always been, lad. Just one of them kids that you either like or you don't. I normally like the kids that everyone doesn't like for some reason. They won't, depending why they're not liked. Obviously. Now what's good on this YouTube, people, is when trolls want to kick in and harm you, they'll set an account up quick time, log on your feed, troll and bail. But what you've got on this YouTube, you've got the opportunity to only allow messages from subscribers over 5 hours long or something, or a day long, you know, instead of just a minute or whatever. So I'm using that to good cause. Kirk Nichols has dropped £1 in there. Gary O'Connor's dropped £1 in for a hot dog. What's the latest on your book, Darren? Stalled, lad, innit? Put on the back burner as always. You can't write a story about your life when it's not complete yet. I know what you're saying. You know what I'm saying. Matt Donnelly, yes, Daz, I'm the same always. See good in people. I like that, Matt. It's hard to do when you haven't been able to find the good in people. But to be able to still see the good in people, it's mad, isn't it? Nick Williams, how about half a buck? What do you mean half a buck, part one? I'm not that. I think some of yous, without being cheeky, I think some of yous YouTubers are a bit mad, aren't yous? I mean, you really sit there and think, I'm at the level to write a book. The thing is, Daz, you know who I am. JP Davis. I hope I do, mate. Someone sent a badge there. 80 pence. Thank you, lad. Graham Coldplay's dropped a £5. Thank you. Nick Williams is saying I like Decker. Phil Kent, looking forward to you and Sean chatting. So am I, to be honest, mate. Nick Williams, you said you haven't lived a full life. I haven't, lad. I don't think anyone realises that none of us live a full life. Everyone thinks that your life ends. It doesn't. Mr. Snooker, how are you, la? Dropping me 3 bullets in. Thanks, mate. Fully loaded. Fully loaded. Paddy Conroy or Ronnie Pickering? I don't know either, and I decline to make a comment on either. Boom. Why do all these little names pop up? Now we understand why Deckers is popping up, because, you know, it is what it is. I've been on a platform with him. Everything's sweet. I'd just like to say thank you to Graham Coldplay again and Mr. Snooker01. David McIntyre, Darren, I think you should do a 5-year plan for your book about 2026. At the end of the 10-year plan. At the end of the 10-year plan, buddy. Nick Williams, you have wisdom which would fill more than one book. I reckon he was in that blacked out Ford Focus earlier, the one-eyed monster. Defo Bly AR. What's that mean, la? The assault rifle. Listen, people are starting to get messy up here on YouTube now. I can feel my heart pulsating. I can feel my mind racing. I'm not going to start hating, but I'm going to make people... I remember Bromley and Garth. He was scared to death of the old Danny turning up. I know, lad. You don't need to tell me that. Anyway, bang. Peace out. L5 shout. Get over to YouTube. It's easy. You don't need to subscribe if you want to come and watch. You just don't get the benefits, okay? Peace out, L5 shout. Choose a life, not a knife, as always.